Good morning, folks. Okay, so this is going to be a really, really quickie because I am late for the conference and we're doing a meet and greet thing tonight, live podcast and all that lot. Haven't organised anything and yeah, I'm running a bit late. So I know that this comes out on Wednesday and this is Monday when I'm recording it because obviously I can't record it when I'm at the show because I'm away from home and stuff. So I'll be really, really quick. I've realised that I spent 30 seconds telling you why I'm going to be really, really quick, which seems to be an awful bad waste of time. Okay, so today we're talking about follow-up, the follow-up process. So what our new follow-up process. So I like to say this is our current one because we are evolving it all the time. We are testing it. Your follow-up process should always, always be changing, be improving, be testing. Just add things in, take things away. Does it improve conversions? How does a customer interact with this? And so for me, a follow-up process is never finished. It's never, this is it, this is how we do it. I mean, obviously, Big Yellow, etc., SafeStore, they can do because they've got loads of data points. They know inside and out what works for them. We don't yet. I don't yet. So I'm always constantly changing things. And also I'm using emails, I'm using texts, I'm using phone calls. I want to use all different means and ways of contacting that customer and which one works better, because we know that it's less than 20% open rate for emails, unless you miss the self-storage, by the way, and then you get a 70% open rate. So we're doing pretty good on that. And phone calls, sometimes people answer, sometimes don't. I don't know the actual stats behind it, but we know that texts are read something like 90-something% of the time, which is absolutely huge. So if you're not using text, then you really, really should, because you're missing a way of communicating, absolutely, definitely communicating your message in front of your customer, which ultimately is what we want to do. So here's our current follow-up process. And by the way, it's not rigid. It can change. It can change depending on the situation, depending on the customer as well. Okay, so callback one. So day one, when I do a quote online, we get an email straight away saying, bing, bang, bing, Mr. Smith has done an email. And so we get alerted. So that's the timer. The timer starts then, ding. I want people to contact that customer within 5 minutes. That is so important to me. Why is it so important? Because they're in the buying mode right there and right then. If you think what's best for the customer, why would it be best for the customer speaking to them in half an hour's time? It wouldn't be, because in half an hour's time, they might be out with the kids, they might be shopping, they might be watching telly, they might be doing something else. But what we do know, immediately after that quote has come through, they're in front of their computer or on their phone at that precise moment, in the zone, thinking about self-storage. So the best time to get in contact with that customer is straight away, ASAP. So for me, it's got to be within 5 minutes. We also do a text. So day one, we also do a text. So straight away, we'll call back. Obviously, if we don't get hold of them, we'll text them straight away just to let them know. So call one is in within 5 minutes. And then we text them straight away to make sure that customer has heard from us and can see and read that message. And then what we do as well, I think it's super important to contact that person. So the sooner you can have a touch point is when you have some communication with a customer. So as soon as you can have a touch point with that customer, the better your conversions will be. So 2 hours later, if we haven't got after them, callback 2 is 1 hour after the initial quote. So we ring them within 5 minutes. So we're very, very aggressive on this now. We know we're aggressive, but it's tending to work. And we've done this now for a month, or maybe even 2 months now, and it's our conversions seem to be doing very, very well. So day one, it's callback 1 within 5 minutes. Then we text straight away, and then if we still no contact, we call back 1 hour after the quote. So day 2, we do another call. Callback 3. Day 4 is an email 1. Day 6 is a callback 4. So we do now 4 callbacks. And obviously it can change depending on the situation. So depending on the customer, the situation, the circumstances, then our follow-up process isn't rigid. It's not like, oh, we've got to follow on by this date. We don't have to. If we don't need it for a month or so, we can put a diary date in the CRM system, and now they can alert us when we need to call that customer. So day 6 is a callback 4. And then day 8 is an email 2. And we also text them as well. And do you know what? If we don't contact the customer here, I believe that we need to and should do another text in between, maybe on day 3 or something like that. I think that could be, and by the way, you can set up your texts automated as well. So you can automate your texts so you don't even have to think about them. You can automate your emails, you don't have to think about them. So it takes all that off your team's plate. And so Callbacks are the only things that take times. So for me, the big thing here, the big thing is the callbacks in the first 5 minutes. Within the first 5 minutes, whoever contacts that customer first usually wins because you build up that rapport with that customer. So it's your job. The race is on. As soon as you get a quote, the race is on to get yourself in front of that customer by almost any means possible, whether it be a callback, text, or an email. Just get in front of that customer. It's super, super important. All the metrics, all the data that we have seen says and suggests that. All right, my friends, I've got to go. Hopefully that was interesting for you. If anybody wants it in writing, if you just go to my newsletter on the 3rd of May, you will see there, Mr. Self Storage. We publish this on the 3rd of May for all newsletter subscribers. My self-storage, new that's all mucky. For what we do normally is I put stuff on the email first, and then maybe a month later or a week later or whatever later, then I do a podcast episode about it, because the way somebody might read it one way, and then the way I can interact with it and speak about it maybe is a different way. So we're getting the message out twice, and we should be putting it on LinkedIn as well. I need to do more on LinkedIn, but yeah. Right. All right, my friends, I'm going to go and make sure Gavin and Dave are mad with me because I don't want to be late. Nobody wants to see a mad Dave Davies. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. And by the way, I'm not at the show today. I'm only at the show Tuesday because Wednesday, I've got to get back for picking the kids up. And also, I play football on the Wednesday night, and also Man City playing. So I just couldn't, I had to make sure that I was watching Man City. So... So yeah, I'm not here today. I'm not at the show. So hope everyone has a great time, and I'm sure that I'll be hungover on this Wednesday morning because of the awards dinner yesterday. Hopefully we won, but you'll know now and I won't know. So yeah. Okay, right. I'm going. See you later. Love you. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.